Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to All Things Nerdy with Nate and Joe. I'm Nate. That's Joe. Joe. Yeah. Oh, that was weird. Anyways, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about something that me and Joe both enjoy, video games with an Oblivion focus, because Oblivion Remastered just dropped. Cannot wait to talk about it. It's one of my favorite games, one of the best games ever made. It's going to be such a good time to talk about. So, Joe, let's get into it. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, so super excited to talk about video games. Admittedly, and to Nate's utter shock, have never played Oblivion. So I was like, but let's talk about it. Maybe I will play it after this. Who knows, right? Like, that's what this podcast is about, right? But excited to talk about it. So without further ado, Nate, let's talk nerdy.
So let's talk nerdy. So Oblivion, right? Let's get into it. Let's jump right into it. So the overarching theme here is going to be video games with a focus on Oblivion, because I could probably talk about Oblivion for 30 minutes, but I'm not going to do that to Joe. We're going to get into some video games, but let's start with Oblivion. So what is Oblivion? Oblivion is an RPG. It came out in 2006. It was freaking revolutionary, right? The graphics were crazy back then. The storytelling was crazy. The game itself, it was Elder Scrolls, what you could do with your character creation. Everything you could do was so good. And they just dropped the remastered. Now, look, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. We have so many things that were like remastered and remade recently that are trash. Supposedly. Now, I haven't played the remastered yet, but most of the reviews that I've seen, they have all been amazing. The only bad thing that I've seen about Oblivion Remastered is that it is demanding. I've seen that even like some 4090s are struggling, which is crazy. But
what is that for the average person who doesn't know what a 4090 is?
So to the average person that doesn't know what a 4090 is, what that is a graphics card. And what the graphics card is like, it dictates like the stability of the graphics, how like the level of which like the graphics you get on your computer, I guess. I'm trying to figure out how I can like layman's term this. Basically, it dictates how nicely the graphics are on your screen of the game you're playing and how well it can run. But there's a lot of other intricate things that go into it, like your processor and cooling, because it can bottleneck, and a lot of things go into it, but a graphics card is a big part of it. Anyways, a 4090 is like a very high-end graphics card, right? The 50s just dropped, but the 50s have like an AI component. The 4090s, in my opinion, are probably still, they don't have the AI component, but they're still amazingly, some people would even say even better, but whatever. Anyways, other than that, it has been crazy well received. People are stoked about it. It is an Elder Scrolls game. The remake, the remastered, it seems they kept the story, they kept the characters that people love, they kept the armors, they kept the glitches that have been around for 20. So you can go get the strongest sword in the game. All you need is some arrows and an hour of time. All you got to do is jump up on some stones. You aggro a person. He comes over there. He's like, hitting some stones. And you just sitting there pelting him. Pop, pop, pop. Right? They kept that in from 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
It's beautiful. They kept the nature of the game and what people loved about it. It is so good. It is so cool. I'm gonna probably play it this weekend. If I played games more often these days, I would have already bought it and played it. But I'm probably gonna play it this weekend. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It's going to take up all of my free time outside of volleyball, which means it'll take up none of my free time. So it's going to be good. I mean, the released game, so in 2006 is when it came out, and it won a ton of awards. I went ahead and pulled it up because I couldn't remember all of them. But I'm just gonna
6. That's been a long time in waiting for a remaster.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they started on the remaster in like 2001. So let's talk about some of the awards that it won in 2006. So BAFTA, it was a nominee for best artistic game, best gameplay nominee, best action adventure nominee, and the best screenplay nominee. Right, didn't win any of those. For the Satellite Awards, it was the Outstanding Role Play Game of the Year Award. Now, the Academy of Interactive Art Sciences in USA, whatever, It was the Computer Game of the Year award, the Role Playing Game Year of the Award. It was a nominee for the Outstanding Achievement in Character Performance Female Award, a nominee for Outstanding Achievement in Game Design, Outstanding Achievement in Gameplay Engineering, and 3 more that it doesn't even show. Now, getting into the important ones. Game Critics Award, Best Role Playing Game, winner, and then nominated Best Console Game. Then, let's see. Game Developers Choice Award, which is a big one. For 2007, it was a nominee for Best Game.
So a lot of awards for sure.
Yeah, and there's like 20 more that I didn't even name. So,
okay. So I did a little research on it. Just again because it's like, well, we're gonna go talk about it, so I gotta at least know a little bit about maybe what the enhancements were. Were going to be like what improvements they added to it, that kind of stuff. So, was there anything in that that you're hearing about it that you were actually excited, maybe like a slight change or an improvement? I assume the graphics are all updated. I mean, 2006 to 2025, right? Like that's going to be a huge graphics difference. But I guess what would be something new they're adding to it that you are most excited about?
I mean, I think just some of the quality of life stuff, just simple things that like we've seen over RPGs from like Elder Scrolls like Skyrim and stuff like that people want, where mods have been created and made. Just adding some of those, I think, is nice. But other than that, man, so my biggest thing about remasters is I want the core game to be the same. Like when they redid Final Fantasy VII, when they took away the turn-based combat and stuff like that, pissed me off. They changed the game. It's not Final Fantasy VII. Like, so the fact that they stayed to the core of the game makes me very happy. Like, it can be the exact same game with just better graphics, and I'm good with that. I will pay $50 for that. Don't care, because that's how good the game was.
Yeah. The one that I saw that, I mean, again, I haven't played the game, so I wouldn't know like the difference this would make. But like when I was reading through, I was like, wow, that is a crazy difference. Was the ability to sprint. And we all know I hate having to walk around a map. So like having the ability to now do it faster, like I was like, all right, like that would be great. So is that something like when you're talking about just quality of life, that kind of stuff? Does that count, I guess, or is that just a me thing?
I think it's just a you thing. Like I don't
if
care.
You can sprint versus just like slowly walking, or like, come on.
No, you don't care because the game is so immersive. The world is so immersive. You don't mind. And you can get mounts.
That's fair. But like, I don't know. Maybe the mounts make it. But so I guess like the game that I played maybe instead of this was Fable. I think it was released similarly.
I love Fable. You know they're coming out with a new Fable, right?
Yeah,
and when they do, I will buy it.
26 or whatever. But so you've played both. How do you compare Fable to Oblivion?
They're not the same. They're nowhere close to the same.
But they're both open world role-playing game. How are they not? They're at its core an open world role-playing game the same.
No,
so how are they not the same?
Okay, well, at their core, Madden and Blitz are both football games, and yet they're nowhere near the same, Joe. Okay.
I mean, but technically, yes.
No, they're not. They're nowhere near the same. So Fable is more arcadey, like smashy, less skill based, where there is like parrying. You have different classes, like which there's still class styles in Fable, and it's like they're both. I thought Justin was like backing me up, but he's not. Whatever, Justin. But there's like classes in Oblivion and stuff like that. Look, both are damn good. Play both, love both, drop hundreds of hours into both. Like they are insanely good. Literally, I love both.
But I guess other than the open world RPG style, like the actual gameplay style, like when in combat,
it's so different. Okay. Yeah. Well, the enemy build is different. The enemy characteristics is different. The The movement style is different. All of it is different. Like just like Google the two games and you can see how different they are. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, have you played Skyrim? I mean, Skyrim is Oblivion is Elder Scrolls, right? Elder Scrolls, Skyrim.
Yeah, I've never played Skyrim. I've never played any of the Skyrim stuff.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Joe?
I don't know, Nate. I just haven't played them.
Why?
I played Baldur's Gate 3. Does that count?
No.
How does that not count?
Because that's not either of those games.
But it's...
No, it's not, Joe. What you're about to say is wrong.
Baldur's Gate's not really open world. You kind of have to... Like, there's a set path you pretty much have to follow.
Okay, no, there's not.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Joe.
All right, I'm going to throw this up here first. Fable was a hitter, never played Oblivion either, Joe. So, I'm not the only one. So, you know what? And, like, I didn't get an Xbox until, like, 2008 or 9. And that's when I played Fable. Like, so I was to the game late. I don't know. I just... 06, 07 are completely lost years for movies. Didn't play anything heavy in those times. Probably didn't own a TV. And I owned a TV, but I didn't get into like gaming. And I started with Call of Duty back in 08 kind of thing. So like that's maybe why I haven't played all these other games, just because like, and Baldur's Gate 3, like I played because you recommended it. So
Baldur's Gate 3 is a fantastic game. Also, Big Ep, I spent a lot of time at your house in 06, 07. I played a lot of Guitar Hero.
That's the games I was playing. Guitar Hero for sure, and Rock Band. But yeah, so I don't know.
And college football, NCAA. Yeah, played a lot of NCAA.
Yep. So I didn't play very many RPG games though. So, but
they were so good. Like the thing is, so the beauty is like Skyrim and stuff, even like Oblivion. So Oblivion now is going to be one of those games you can buy it now for $50 and you'll play it, you'll love it, you'll drop a ton of time into it, and then mods will come out that completely change it. Like I still about once a year go back and re-download Skyrim and play it because mods make it feel like a brand new game constantly. Right? Like it is just that good of a game. Baldur's Gate 3 is fantastic. They just released a new freaking patch for it. There's like camera mode and stuff. Baldur's Gate is fantastic. But Oblivion and Skyrim stand the test of time. Fable is great. I can't wait for the new Fable. But like Fable didn't get all the mods and stuff like that. It didn't stand the test of time. Like I don't know if I could go back and play Fable. But like right now...
Few comments from Cody. Love the new setup, Nate.
Bro, Cody, what's up, buddy? How's the kiddo? How you been, man? I haven't talked to you since NCAA. I hope you're doing good, buddy. We should catch up sometime. I hope you're well. Hope the kiddo's well. And thank you. The setup is a lot. It took a lot of time and effort to get everything just right because I'm very picky, but I'm happy with it. Thank you for noticing. Cody, have you played Oblivion and Elder Scrolls and Fable? If so, let us know. I want to know. Yeah. But anyways, like Oblivion and Elder Scrolls will stand the test time just because of like mods and stuff like that. Like they are new games. You can go back every year and play them over and over and over and over again.
Didn't know that. And so in Fable, like your decision, like you could choose to be good or evil, and like your character's appearance kind of started changing along with it. Does that happen in the other? Okay.
Not that I remember. I mean, it's been 20 years, bro, but yeah, not that I remember.
I mean, I remember that from Fable. It just like stuck out to me because like you'd have like, if you were evil and stuff, you'd have like flies buzzing around you and like your skin starts falling off. And it's like, geez. So I was like, let me be good now. And like, and then you started kind of looking angelic with a light behind you. Like, I don't know. It was definitely a memorable part of the game.
Yeah, so I remember that from Fable as well because I remember how like big of an impact it was because it was definitely a like big part of the game, right? Like you had to make good and evil decisions. It's not that driven like in Skyrim. You can make good and evil decisions, right? That will impact the game. But I don't think it impacts your character. Well, like it can be decision based. I don't know if it's necessarily good or bad, but like it impacts the game. Like if you become a werewolf versus a vampire and things like that, like your decisions impact the game, but it's not necessarily good or evil. Where in like Fable, like you did get the horn or the halo, and that dictated the way like people worked with you, right? Because like if you were evil, the townspeople avoided you in Fable and stuff like that, you know.
We got Cody says I bought Elder Scrolls and played it in total of all of them less than an hour. I call them my apocalypse games.
That can't be weird. First off, all that's Fallout. All of Fallout is apocalypse games, and Fallout is fantastic. I'm disappointed in all y'all. Y'all all hurt my heart. I gotta get somebody else in here. Where's the other people? Let me get.
Where's other people?
Where's McCroy? Where's McCroy? Let me text McCroy.
Let's text the true gamers, I guess. I think I tried to play one of the Fallouts and never finished it. I don't know.
Dude, okay. We're getting the Fallouts are great too, but they are very apocalyptic. Like, I mean, that's literally nuclear war, right? And you're surviving after it, like nuclear shelter. Like I get. Skyrim has nothing to do with apocalypse. Like there's just dragon and like there like you have magic.
Maybe he meant less literally apocalypse and more like the games that he like just never touches again. I don't know.
What?
But
bro, okay. So also I will say to get to the meat of Oblivion and Elder Scrolls, it takes a minute to fully. So like Elder Scroll, well, Skyrim, I keep calling it Elder Scrolls. Skyrim and Oblivion is kind of overwhelming. You're not giving McCroy. This is the God I've been waiting for.
He actually came.
Thank you.
This is McCroy. Contradict everything Nate says. He's wrong. Just tell him.
No, McCroy will back me up. Skyrim, McCroy, check in on Skyrim. How good of a game it is right now. Use your little freaking fingers and type how much you love Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So Skyrim and all them, it can be overwhelming because it doesn't give you a lot of direction, right? Oblivion is the same way. So if you only play for a little bit, you don't understand the game. You just scratch the surface. You don't get into your skills. You don't get into like your character, like getting into the more powerful like magic spells or even weapons that do things like soul siphoning. You're not getting to like craft stuff or any of those things. Like on Skyrim, you get to buy a house, you can decorate a house, you can craft materials, you get to break down materials, you get to hone materials, you get stuff where you can like siphon souls and all that. You know, like there's so much you can do on those games. Like so you kind of sold yourself a little short, Cody, on the fact that like you picked it up and put it down. You put it down too fast. Like I can definitely see like if you're not used to those type of games where it can be so much like I don't enjoy this, like Baldur's Gate, right? Baldur's Gate can be so much. If you don't get into it, you're just like, this ain't fun. But
even character creation, you're like right starting off, you're like, oh god, what decisions and what build do I make? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, it's the same way with
McCroy threw in. I liked it back in the day, even though I don't like single player games. And I think that was probably a big. I love going just Call of Duty. I've never even touched the campaign. Like I go straight to multiplayer. Like I like playing the online. Like I like playing with other people. So like when it's a single player game and I'm not able to like interact in the world like with other people, that kind of makes it a little less fun for me. But I guess back in the day with Fable, I never had. It's like I didn't know any other thing. So do you think Oblivion will have like an online multiplayer, like a Final Fantasy 11 type feel, something like that?
No. So I agree. I don't care for single player games for the most part, although I have yet to run through Baldur's Gate with a bro because me and Wes started a game, but we didn't finish it because y'all suck. But
is it cross-platform?
It is cross-platform now. Yeah. I much prefer multiplayer games. I don't really care for single player games, but Oblivion, Elder Scrolls, those are games that literally like they're just so immersive. You just kind of lose yourself in. You look forward to getting on completing the next quest, getting your next weapon, getting your next piece of armor, knocking out the next boss, whatever it is. Like you get so like caught up in that world and your character, like you want to do those things. And like I can be goal oriented. Same with like McCroy. Like now McCroy is much, much worse about this than I am, but being like, okay, I want to get my freaking dagger crafting skill to 100. Next thing I know, I'm spending fucking next 10 hours getting my dagger crafting skills to 100 because I have that goal set in my mind that I want my dagger crafting skills to 100.
You're gonna make the best daggers around, man.
Yeah, dude. Literally, I will go steal daggers just to break them down to craft new daggers just to get my skill to 100. Like it's like once I commit, like I am like own like so that is what is fun to me about those games.
And I think like when it comes to games like this, open world RPG, that kind of stuff, like I have always been like a RuneScape player, and like I mean I have a max character with basically every, and I'll be the same way. Like all right, now I really want to be the max at this, and I'll drop hours and weeks into getting a skill to the max level that it has, that kind of thing. But again, it's a multiplayer, so like I can interact with other people. I can like
that's an MMO,
yeah,
right?
Like but again, it's that. I mean, I know it's different, but at its base, it's the same concept. Like an open world, you go on quest to you know, there's a storyline, like those kinds of things. Like that's what I mean. Like it has the same like gameplay type feel when it's like just an open world, like role playing essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, essentially the same thing. Yeah, like you have your character that you're trying. The difference is you got interactions, and like if I go into a dungeon on Oblivion, it is just me where you can get carried by people.
Yeah. And I mean, RuneScape does have like single instances where you go in by yourself and like it's just you. But again, like there are other bosses, like you can have a full team come with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, some you have to have
yeah,
like you need a full.
You can't solo.
Yeah, you need a tank, you need DPS, you need healers, but that's also fun in of itself. I mean, there's a reason MMOs are massive, right? And you know, the mech battles are crazy. So like having to learn the mechanics and work through the mechanics and stuff like that. So
let's see. Qualifies as nerdy, Nate, is what Epperly says. But,
yeah.
I mean, I may have dropped the ball on all the OG like RPG games, but I mean, I did play RuneScape on the computer.
You see, they came out with a new RuneScape.
I did. I'm probably gonna try it eventually, but I haven't had time to try it yet.
Was it RuneScape like Dragonfire or something like that? It's a 4-person co-op kind of thing or something like that. It's supposed to be really good. The reviews have been fantastic, haven't they?
Yeah, I've seen some pretty good reviews. I've had a couple friends play it and be like, "Hey, you should play this." And I was like, "When I have time, I will probably check it out."
You know what you should play, Joe?
Well, yeah. Now I'm just like, gotta play Oblivion.
I watched Black Clover for you.
Yeah. Hey, well, speaking of that, what episode are you on? Are you finished yet?
No, I'm not finished. There's like 1,000 episodes.
There's 170.
Okay, I'm on like 80.
Yeah. So you're halfway there, basically.
Yeah, but because of you, Joe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know this is not our anime discussion, but beginning to now, like what like has it grown on you? Is what I'll ask. I'll just ask one simple question and we can move on.
Okay, this is not video game related, but fine, I will answer. Yes, it has grown on me. It started out very yelly, and I did not love it. It was very annoying, but man, like Yami is awesome. They cracked me up, but overall, just the normalness of a lot of the characters is very refreshing versus like how over the top a lot of stuff is in anime. Like I like how like good Asta is in a world driven by magic with no magic, although he still has like the one power, you know, but I don't know, I think a lot of it's cool, so
yep.
But that was it, so no more cartoons.
McCroy, here we go with the cartoons again. Okay, McCroy, what's our next topic, man? What game do you want to talk about? We're gonna put this on you.
So wait,
we got
hey, what's up, James?
What's up, James?
Nice. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, nice to have you in. James, have you played any of the Oblivion or any RPG style, either old school or new school, that kind of thing?
Oblivion, Skyrim, or Fable is what the big things we're talking about currently in those like style of games. So let's go back to Fable. What are you hoping they bring to the new Fable?
I haven't played it since 2008, 2009, so my memory is a little fuzzy on. But I don't want them to change the combat. I do remember that, like being able to like parry and like dodge and stuff like that was just a fun part of the combat system. Um, and uh, like I really like just the openness and how you could literally just go off and go build a life like inside the game, literally have a wife and everything, that kind of stuff. And then like, all right, I'm gonna go back to my main quest now. So I like that part of the game, just that you could literally just do whatever you wanted. We got a few more from McCoy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Y'all tried it? I think Nate, didn't you mention that right at the beginning? That was garbage, doo trash.
The Final Fantasy VII remake was trash because they took away the turn-based combat and all that stuff. I think was the Rebirth where they went back to the turn-based. I think there was one where they tried to go back. I don't know. I don't want to get it confused because I don't want to shit on the good version, right? Because like the original remake was fucking terrible. And excuse my language if I'm coming through a radio and there's kids anywhere. I'm so sorry. But then I think there was one where they did it and they tried to make it better and more true to the original game. And I think it was supposed to be better. But after the remake, because I pre-ordered the remake and then I played it for like an hour and turned it off and hated my life. I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Oh, wow. Okay. But I haven't tried the remake on that one. Well, let's see. James says back in the day he did play Fable 2. All right, so he's got a little experience in there.
I love Fable.
McCoy says didn't look like it. Looked way crazy. I'm in the VR nowadays. Usually only playing Population 1. Okay, James, I have played Population 1. I have a VR, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't touched it in like 5 months. My son plays it mostly. But my go-to game on there was Population 1. It's basically like a first-person shooter, but in VR mode. So you literally like you drop in. It's like a Call of Duty Warzone or like a Fortnite where you drop in and you go in and you find weapons around the map, that kind of thing, and last one to survive wins, kind of. So, but it's pretty fun.
So I can't play VR. It messes with me. I used to have vertigo before my brain surgery, and I can't do it anymore. But also, like I've seen so many videos about like VR chat and all the weirdos that are in that. Like, I just can't do it.
I mean, you could turn your mode to private so you don't hear them. Jay Burr, I'm writing down your VR. I'll share it here in case anyone else wants to. I think that's his username he shared. I'm going to write it down so next time I log in, I can add you. And we can play some duos on Population 1. And there was this one other game, the VR that I loved. It was have you ever read or watched the movie Ender's Game? But it was like, there's this game that they played in Ender's Game where it was like you float in space and it's basically like a team versus a team. You have to capture the other person's point. They had basically that game in VR, and I loved playing that. But it's very hard, and it does give me like after like 3 or 4 rounds, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take this off, or I'm going to like fall over or something.
I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but all I know about the VR stuff is like I said, the videos for the VR chat, and it's people like a dude like walks through somebody and it's them complaining about like phantom touch and how they can feel the fake person walking through the fake person and how it's invasive of their private space and how fucking ridiculous it is, you know? It's crazy.
I was trying to think. I haven't dealt with any of that. My son plays Gorilla Tag super heavily, and I'll just like listen to it, like he'll like scream and run and like start like running or whatever, and he will like literally like be drenched in sweat like after he plays the game. So it's like it's a good workout.
Bro,
It
you know
says
what I wish there
Metaverse
was?
Personal Space Bowl. I've never tried that. And then Epley says Ender's Game is a good read. It was like I read it. It's one of my favorite books. And the game that I was talking about, I think it's called Echo VR, is the game. If anybody wants to try that, the one that's similar to the Echo, the Ender's Game, like combat simulation.
I think a cool game for me. I wish we had like a really good like zombie survival like game that you could play with your bros, where you had to survive like zombies, but also other people. But you could like craft and like it was like a sandbox survival kind of thing. I think that would be really fun. Like think like DayZ, but like more involved, extra layers. That would be like real life, like Walking Dead style fucking zombie apocalypse survival game. I would buy that right now.
Oh, like even on like VR.
Or yeah, and VR. I would suffer through to play that. That would be so cool on VR actually.
Like a just zombie survival game. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you imagine like a zombie in your face, like on the VR? Like that. That'd be.
Bro, I'd fall and die, but it'd be hilarious and worth it. What happened to Nate? Like his obituary would be like, oh, you know, he was playing zombies and one got him, and then he actually died by hitting his head by falling over.
Yeah. Man. But it looks like we're a little bit over time. I know we started a little bit late though. Do you have anything you want to add before we wrap up for the day?
Nah, I think that's it.
Yeah. And good conversation. Thanks everyone for commenting, tuning in, that kind of thing. And I guess we'll see y'all next week.
See y'all. Take care, guys. Appreciate you checking it out.